This is part 21 of She Prayed Over My Mama. Now, there's been a little break because I had to travel back to Minnesota to take care of some of my parents' affairs. Now, part of the reason that I had to travel back there is because of this mortgage that was taken out and again went into the pockets of the evangelist, the deacon. I believe parts of it went to Reverend Lowe and Stephen and his company, the senior leadership. My mother's children are left with this mortgage, and we're also left with a uninhabitable or a suitable home because they did not bother to finish. Once my mother was hospitalized due to her strokes, they abruptly left without finishing. And it's not in a state currently where it can be sold or even rented out. We're now stuck with the vehicle and the mortgage. I had to travel to Minnesota to sell the vehicle to try and stave off the mortgage, because at this point my mother passed away in April. My mother actually had the vehicle from February 19th is when she registered the vehicle, all the way up to April 7th when she was suddenly hospitalized. So 6 weeks is all the time that my mother had this vehicle. Now, one thing I learned that has really hurt and disgusted me, the more I find out about the con, about how they played and did my elderly mother, so dirty, the more disgusted I get. And the more diabolical and evil this seems to be. The day after the closing is when the evangelist pitched her sister's car. Now, Jackie, her sister, had this leased vehicle. She got this leased vehicle, and I have the records here. There's two owners. The first owner being Jackie. She got possession of that car June 7th of 2021, all the way up until they found my mother to sell this vehicle, this leased vehicle, because she wanted to get out of her lease on February 19th of 2024. So she had this vehicle for approximately 2.5 years. And all of a sudden, for some reason, needed to get out the lease. Now, what she had told my mother, which I had also read in a previous video, was that she wanted to get out of the lease because she wanted a heating steering wheel. Well, the thing about doing these videos is that people will step forward. Now, I've had a conversation with someone who is alleged to have a conversation with Jackie, because back in August of 2023, and I have that here, there was a particularly bad hailstorm that went through the Twin Cities. And as you saw here, it caused a lot of damage to people's vehicles and homes and what have you. It was a particularly bad one. And as a result, lo and behold, as people were having discussions, Jackie also had discussions with someone who does not want their name, and I respect that, put out. And she was talking about the hail damage to her vehicle back in the fall of 2023. Now, mind you, the evangelist pitched this car to my mother, this leased vehicle to my mother, on December 14th, right here in this text message. So, and also showing you this text message, the vehicle, the leased vehicle that the evangelist and her sister, Jackie, had my mother buy this vehicle for, it was $26,200. This is what the evangelist attributed for that vehicle. Also, now that vehicle, I had to sell the vehicle to, again, try to prevent foreclosure on the home. So when I took it to get it appraised, and I didn't notice this right off because I'm thinking these are, God-fearing evangelist people. Here is what they noted on the appraisal here. hail damage. Not once, twice. Hail damage. So that also, let me know that must have been the real reason why the evangelist's sister wanted to get out of her vehicle, because she wanted to get out of her vehicle, not because vehicle lease, not because of she wanted a heated steering wheel, because it was now hail damaged. And so either take a loss on that or sell it to take advantage of the elder in her church and sell it to her at a price you would never been able to get from anyone other than someone who took your word at face value. Again, the more I learn about how diabolical this con was by the leadership in this church, the more disturbed I become. And the more it shook my faith at times. My parents worked 40 years to have this home and to have it stripped, the equity stripped by the senior leadership in the church. It is beyond disgusting. I cannot find the words. I cannot find the words. How do you go? How do you wake up every day knowing that you've done this to elders in your church?